Welcome back to Hippie Bliss Travel. Today we're heading home from our few days in Whidbey Island. Our hotel was up in the Oak Harbor area. So instead of going the exact same way we came, like going north and driving onto Fidalgo Island and then over to I-5, we thought, well, let's do something different. So we headed south and we're going to take one of the ferries across. And at first we thought, we could drive down to Clinton and South Whidbey and it's about a 20-minute ferry, it says, over across, and then we would have headed back to I-5 and head down pretty much the same way. So instead, we headed over to Fort Casey State Park, and it's a 40-minute ferry from there to Port Townsend. So we thought, great. We wanted to stop at Fort Casey there and do the state park, but it was pretty foggy on the way down. It was kind of, it's been a cold hike in a few days. So we thought, maybe next time. So when we pulled up to the ferry, we didn't have a reservation. And it says you can make reservations, you don't have to. Now it's New Year's Day morning, and I think it was one of the first or second ferries going across. I was like 9 o'clock in the morning, somewhere around there, maybe 10:30. It was one of those times. So we figured hopefully it wouldn't be too full and we could get a spot. We didn't know how big it was. And if not, nothing else, we knew there was another ferry in about an hour and a half. So we figured between one of them we could get on. And we did. It turns out it looks like we were the first one in the drive up line because we got there a little early. And we got out and walked around. Oh, what?
I now understand why there's really a lot of dive there.
Why?
Fort Casey State Park underwater marine park.
Oh, there's several underwater marine parks.
Yeah, but now I know why they're doing.
There looks like there's a breakfast, lunch, and dinner place where it says to go.
Oh, yeah, well.
Yeah. Grab something before you get on the ferry. It is 40 minutes.
Well, right when you get off the ferry, if you're
hungry.
If you're feeling so inclined. Or something.
So wait, please note Route 6 operates on demand Saturdays. Okay. The Whidbey Island Scenic Isleway. We weren't getting on the ferry. Yeah, Discover Pass required, it says right there.
Oh.
And Fort Casey State Park boat launch.
Which means that must be Fort Casey over there. The state park itself must be over there where the campground is.
Yeah.
Because I remember you said one of the two state parks was right by this boat launch.
Yep.
Or right by this
ferry
launch.
Yep. And we just said if we knew this was here, we would have skipped breakfast at the hotel and come tried it, but we didn't. But good to know next time. Seven state parks on Whidbey Island. I know it's a big island, but I didn't realize it's big enough for 7 parks.
I mean, it's 65-ish miles long, something like that. If you factor in where, like, we stayed in
Oak Harbor,
right?
Uh-huh.
And it was still a 40-ish, 45-mile-ish drive from Oak Harbor down to the far end of the island. It was 15 miles on the island before we got to Oak Harbor.
True.
So it's a 60-ish mile long, maybe it's not quite that long, but around a 60-mile long island. But still, that means you've got a state park on the island every 7 miles.
True.
Every 8 miles, something like that. And when you factor in that there's the Naval Air Station that owns not just the full base that's up at Oak Harbor, but at least one satellite field that we drove past.
True.
Well, the pilots do clearly, use it for like touching guys.
Yeah. Oh, some scuba divers getting ready to go out.
Fuck that. God almighty, are you insane? That water is frozen. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a busy morning at this marina. Yeah, there's a couple of scuba.
There's more than one group of people prepping to get in the water.
There's another over here.
And
yeah.
This is freezing cold water. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
The line to check in hasn't ever been more than 3 or 4 cars long.
Yeah.
That looks like a decent sized enough boat. We should get on.
Yeah. Because they wouldn't have this many lanes unless they could fill it pretty much.
There wouldn't be 8, 9, 10 lanes of space to put cars if they couldn't fit at least
Almost.
at least 7 of them on.
Yeah.
I want him. God.
It's funny to look at the boat because there is no real front and back. There's a wheelhouse at both ends because you just drive up. It's like, all right, and you go to walk to the other end and go the other way.
Yeah. This is our ride home. Well, for 40 minutes.
On the good side, no wind, so it's not like they'll have a lot of trouble getting it straight, bringing it in.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine what it'd be like sometimes. You come in here with a vicious crosswind just blowing the boat sideways.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah. It's behind the...
Yeah. You can see the top of it just over the pilings there. And considering how close they are, they're still steaming along pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. They're still plowing forward. Considering how close they are.
Yeah.
I envision this boat won't have near as much of the way of anybody on it. I bet you this boat's relatively empty.
Yeah, this one looks pretty empty coming in, too.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's what I'm talking about, is the incoming. This one probably will look fairly empty. How many people are coming from Port Townsend this way? You see now he's stirring up all sorts of water, spinning it the other way, bringing the boat to a stop. The Kennewick, Amy. We're getting on the Kennewick. should probably head to the car. Yeah, we should probably be ready. And is your battery almost dead?
No, the red means it's recording.
Oh.
The battery's on this side.
There's a dude with a bike.
Meeting up with another dude, I think.
Yeah, he probably got off faster than the dude over here in front. Probably got off faster than the dude in the blue, because he turned around, he looked, and he's like, yeah, they're talking to each other.
Yeah. And there it is. It's the first car, the first vehicle is already coming off.
The horse trailer. He'll probably be one of the first ones that go on, too.
Yeah. Settle him where they want him.
Well, he's the heaviest. He's the biggest and the heaviest of everybody who's here. They'll put him on first to make sure that he's where they want him, and then build in around him.
Oh, and he's not in his car. It doesn't. I don't see anybody in the car.
I don't either.
We at least made an effort to be here when.
Dude, for real, at least I was on time. I mean, there are a lot more cars coming off than I thought.
But it didn't look packed either.
No, but it gives me plenty of hope to think that the 3 lines plus this dude.
I don't know we're gonna get on.
Oh, shit. There's a semi.
Oh. Well, we're still the first.
We're the first walk-ups. You know, we're the first non-reserved.
Yeah. But still, look at the number of vehicles still.
But there are still a lot of cars coming off, and since each line is maybe 12 cars, more cars have come off than there are right now waiting to get on. Even if you count this line.
Yeah.
There's a lot more cars on this boat than I thought.
Well, that's good for us.
I mean, it's a good sign. It means there'll be plenty of room for what we're, for us. Even with the one semi and the dude in the RV, I think there'll still be plenty of room for us. That is, if the semi's, if he's reserved for this time.
Oh, I'm sure the semis do reserve their time.
I would hope so. Trouble is, sometimes you get stuck in traffic and you don't make your time. Then what?
Yeah. There's the last car coming off.
Semi must have been reserved because he came through quick.
Yeah.
And my guess is he'll get in line right behind this guy. And he does appear to be turning into that lane.
Yeah, when they started loading after they let all the people on, is you'll see the RV and truck and then the semi go. And then what we didn't notice is that he pulled out the first couple cars and then they stopped. But you see the red, there's a red gate that'll drop after the semi goes on, we discovered. And then, yeah, and then I think they gave him time to get those 2 vehicles situated. And yes, this is sped up. The semi did not go in that fast. Because they were the front 2 center vehicles in the boat. So yeah, you'll see the van stop. And I was like, oh, why are they stopped? Did not notice the bar had come down. And so yeah, so they had the semi and the RV were in the middle. And then there's 3 rows of like a dozen cars each. And then, yes, we were the first one. It must have been the drive up lane because we did not reserve a time. Summertime, if you're going, highly recommend you reserve a time. But like we would have probably gone for the 1 o'clock time if we would have stopped and done the state park. But we figured if we couldn't get on this ferry, we'd wait for the next one. But behind us, there was probably another 10, 12 cars too. So we weren't the only ones that showed up without a reservation. And we all easily fit.
Oh, they're sneaking a few more on. Sorry, they just stuck the last one on right there with the gates down.
Yep.
And he just took a rope off. There's the other rope.
I'm not quite sure what's worse, but I forgot to stop and see memory, or when you had me stop and I still have my memory.
Strength they built into these things because it actually funnels the ferry into the exact spot.
Yeah. I don't know if it shows up in the video, but you can see the mountains, the outline of the mountains. And here we go. Bye-bye, Whidbey Island. Get to the other side, I gotta stand up front as much as I can. Film coming in.
There we go. There's Whidbey Island.
Yep.
In the rear view.
Heading out at the same time the ferry.
Kind of a cool campground when you see where it really is.
Life jackets may be found in lockers at the assembly stations on the mezzanine deck, and in safety orange tote containers at each end of the mezzanine deck. Life jackets may also be found on the car deck in drop bins at each end of the vessel. To learn more about donning the life jackets or other shipboard emergency responses, ask any crew member.
Oh, there's the gun turrets.
At the passenger assembly station.
Oh, yeah.
Passengers who may have special needs during an emergency should identify themselves to any crew member upon boarding. If you have any questions, please stop by the ship's office or ask any crew member. In accordance with state and federal laws, smoking and vaping are prohibited on board any water
there's those gun turrets right there. Yeah.
There's that little boat that left with us.
So you're
Moving
gonna,
along trying to get past us.
is he gonna beat the ferry?
I'm going upstairs.
Up on a sunny day, this would be.
Oh my god. Well, like I said, we gotta come back in the summer.
Yeah.
Now that we
Look at right up along the coast, the water, that nice white. Is it just from the cold, I wonder?
I think it's just a little bit lighter. Because if you look over here where the coastline ends, you can see that the sky is brighter.
Okay.
I think it's just more light hitting the water.
Yeah, the sun trying to come out.
On the sun deck, maybe. I hope so, because it's the only one that gets sun.
Now it's a little windy out here. My hands are
I
numb.
think it's windy now.
Now there is a little snack, or not really a cafeteria, but you can get some food and some drinks. And like they said, they were talking that alcohol was served, and we're joking because that early in the morning, and yes, people were buying their beer. And so when my husband went to go get some popcorn, I was sitting on one of the tables. There's a quick picture coming up. And the guy ahead of him was buying beer, and the cashier had to step out and look. He goes, "Okay, we're not halfway yet. I can sell it to you." But you had to sit in the little galley area and with one of the tables and drink it. And my husband goes, "Yeah, let's give people beer right before they drive off the boat with caught vehicles." But yeah, as long as you weren't halfway, you could buy a beer. Yeah, I had to slide real quick between the RV and the semi so we get back to the cars because they unloaded quick. And so, yes, now we are in Port Townsend. As we were driving off the boat, if I looked to the right, it had this really cute waterfront district. And I was like, oh, we should go drive through downtown. And he's like, well, you should have told me sooner. We were in the wrong lane. But we kind of veered around town and came back through downtown or along the waterfront. Yeah, and as we're driving through town, all of a sudden we pulled up along or by a fire station. And my husband quickly pulled over, and I was like, "What are you doing that for?" He goes, look across the street." I was like, "Oh, I would have totally missed that." Just hanging out in somebody's front yard this morning.
this shit. They're walking up on that guy on the sidewalk. Could you believe this shit? The deer are just like, yeah, we don't care. People.
Yeah. They're definitely not afraid of people.
For sure. This girl's about to walk by them three in the yard. They're not even flinching.
That's cool. Nice way to start your morning.
There's two more. There's actually three more down there. One of them behind the tree you can't see, but there's two more right there. It's a whole fucking herd of deer just passing through town.
That is cool.
Thank you. This is crazy.
Good morning, buddies. Go ahead and eat. After we left the firehouse with the deer by it, my husband found a city park on the Google Maps right down by the waterfront. So that's where we're heading now. And as we were down there, the ferry had already unloaded, loaded back up, and was going by, heading back to Whidbey Island. Oh, we got to go try out the adult swing over here.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah. Which one you want to sit in?
I'll take one under the tree. Why not?
Okay.
You got a little spot to put your feet on the swing.
I know. Oh, and you use your feet
Yeah.
to pedal.
So it's pretty cool, actually.
Oh. Are you trying to get to... We're not going to fly over the handle.
No, because there's no way. There's no way we'd pump it enough with our feet like that to send this thing pumping over. That'd be insane.
There's our ferry that we just came across on, heading back. And after we finished up at the park, we were there maybe a half hour or so. We got back in the car and then we started heading down to Olympia. And then we were going to hop on I-5 there. And then we decided to stop for lunch in Olympia. And this is just a different drive than driving up I-5. And then again, once we got to Olympia, I'd Google mapped, I Googled, restaurants in Olympia. We found this one. It sounded great. It said it was open. It was going to be open at 11 to like 8 o'clock or something. So we drove by it, and again, it's closed. But it was New Year's Day. So then actually, it turns out glad
Right.
we
I know.
did
You
because it
usually
took
don't
us
need to use the
down. We picked the
bathrooms, but
Cascadia. It was downtown. It took us a minute to find some parking, even on New Year's Day. The only ones we really found were, of course, like handicap and stuff, which we wouldn't take. But it took us, a few minutes to find something. But love the vibe of this place. It is so eclectic, a mix of a little bit of everything. And the best part was the music that they were playing was all big band music from like the 30s and early 40s. And it just fit everything. I mean, the food was fabulous too, don't get me wrong. It was highly recommended. Highly, highly recommended. And then after that, we just continued on our way home. We headed down I-5. And of course, Google said, hey, if you turn and go through Longview, Washington, and cross the Longview Bridge, you'll get home a few minutes faster than if you took I-5 all the way into Portland. So here we are crossing the Longview Bridge again. So I want to say thank you for watching Hippie Bliss Travel. If you made it to the end, give us a like and a subscribe. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye.